Hey guys, so unfortunately I'm working on a whole bunch of different videos at the moment. Some of them are collabs, which is pretty exciting, but unfortunately I don't have a whole lot of time to work on a video for this week. As some of you already know, the email to my old YouTube channel was perma-hacked, and since I just talked about a cartoon reviewer, I thought it would be a good idea to remake and re-upload my Gumball reviews. Unfortunately, my review of the Gumball episode The Worst was taken down. I don't know why, but it's gone. So instead, enjoy 2 Gumball episode reviews.
Just a robot.
So I said my next movie review was going to be on the Lorax, but luckily for me, this is not a movie review. This is a cartoon episode review, so I'm still in the clear. Now for those of you who don't know what Gumball is a kid's cartoon that has the most interesting art style of all time. It basically takes every single animation style and combines them into one world. It's mostly episodic and not really plot-driven like Steven Universe or Adventure Time, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. It talks a lot about current social issues. And this episode we're covering today is about SJWs. Now, Gumball is not the first cartoon to ever talk about this subject. Family Guy talked about SJWs, Simpsons talked about SJWs, South Park talked a lot about SJWs. But Gumball is the first kids cartoon that I know about that actually tackled this subject. The episode begins with Gumball eating lunch with Carmen the cactus, and Carmen is giving Gumball a lot of, let's be nice and call it constructive criticism.
Gumball, you need to make eye contact with people. It's how you show them you care about what they have to say. That really doesn't look like a very balanced diet. Too much greasy food is very bad for your digestive system. There. That was really wasteful.
Fine! Happy now?
No! Now it's been in the trash. It's way worse for you than it was in the first place.
What do you want from me?
Please don't talk with your mouth full. You increase the risk of choking by 75%.
Now, Carmen is not doing anything wrong. From her point of view, she's just trying to help Gumball out. And from Gumball's point of view, she's being very controlling.
She's just trying to help you be a better person.
Exactly. She's raising the bar, which is totally unfair for someone like me who liked the bar exactly where it was.
Oh no, someone lowered the bar again? Quick, someone, call James Cameron.
Systems are normal. You guys hearing the song okay up there?
James Cameron, explorer of the sea.
Yes, James, we hear the song.
Descending to 1,000 feet. I don't see the bar yet. Looks like it must have sunk pretty low.
With a dying thirst to be the first. Could it be? Yeah, it's him, James Cameron.
It's only constructive criticism.
She wouldn't go around body-shaming people or mocking people for being old, so why is it okay to go after me because I'm wrong? She's wrong-shaming me.
Would anybody be surprised if Tumblr actually made that a real thing? So, Gumball tries to beat Carmen at her own game. Gumball's plan goes about as well as all his other plans do.
Busted!
What?
Don't you think it's pretty ageist to offer Marvin your seat? Surely the fact he's so old means he's had way more experience standing up than everyone else.
This is one of the very few kid shows that actually genuinely makes me laugh.
What's going on here? He asked me to plug him into Rambler.
Rambler? What is that, a website?
It's more like a bare knuckle fight to see who's the most tolerant person on the internet.
So they're obviously using Rambler in place of Tumblr, which I think is a very good name to replace it with because everybody on Tumblr just rambles all the time.
But yeah, no, tolerance on the internet these days is more about destroying people in an argument.
By destroying someone in an argument, you mean throwing a whole bunch of buzzwords out, right?
The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
Wow! How original!
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
Ha, Matrix reference. So now we come to the main point of this episode.
Have you ever tried whole grain bread? It's far better for you.
Not everyone can afford organic stores, Carmen. Maybe you should check your privilege.
I just meant that eating too much processed food is a big factor in weight gain, and
And what? Big people shouldn't be proud of who they are.
No, of course not. I mean, ask your doctor and he will tell you.
He? Why would you assume the doctor is he? Is it because you assume a woman can't be a doctor?
Now here's where Gumball really shines. With shows like Family Guy, The Simpsons, and South Park, they were mostly focusing on how SJWs were nothing but oversensitive pussies. But Gumball is focusing on a slightly different issue, and that's how SJWs just assume the worst in people.
What is this? I have studied the martial ways of the social justice warrior.
He said it! He said it!
Fight me in an argument if you dare. Perish under the sword of my self-righteousness.
But Gumball, exploiting those powers to win some petty argument will just hurt the cause of the people who really need our help.
And that's the best part of this entire episode. There's a difference between good social justice and bad social justice. If you're doing it just to make yourself look good and make everyone else look bad, you're doing it completely wrong. But if you're doing it to help everyone out, then you're doing it right. It would have been so much easier if they just made fun of social justice warriors, but they went the extra mile. They actually talked about the good side of social justice and what the difference is between the two, and they did it in a very excellent way. And I really like the part where Carmen says to Gumball all he'll end up doing is hurting the cause instead of helping it. Which is extremely true. For example, remember when Anita Sarkeesian started talking about women in video games? Before that, there was actually a discussion to be had, but thanks to her, now no one wants to have that discussion. Gumball gets defeated, but he's not done yet. He decides to sneak into the school to pick up some dirt on Oh my god, that is hilarious! Oh my god, oh, it's still going!
Why are you even doing this?
I owe it to our classmates to expose Carmen as a hypocrite she is, and humiliate her in front of everyone at school.
Now this is another good example of something social justice warriors do. When they can't win an argument, they attempt to discredit someone, either by doxing them or trying to dig up some dirt on them. Now, there's a lot of instances they could be referencing here, but I think they're specifically referencing the time when the Steven Universe fanbase tried to dig up some dirt on Rebecca Sugar. Basically, this girl drew Amethyst and Rose Quartz skinny. The Steven Universe fanbase started attacking her and actually made her attempt suicide. Luckily, she didn't die, but this got so bad that Rebecca Sugar actually came in to stop this. So the Steven Universe fanbase decided to dig up some dirt on Rebecca Sugar. Yeah, they dug up dirt on the person who made the show they're a fan of. What the actual fuck?
Carmen used to lead quite the thug life. Look at this. Truancy, fights, cheating. Oh no.
Police forcibly removed a local girl who'd been expelled from Franklin Junior High this morning.
She was horrible. She kept disrespecting me, making fun of my face, saying things like, "Hey, Blurry McBlurrison."
This show. I better stop watching before I blow out another laugh chip. I recommend you guys go see the rest of the episode for yourself. Trust me, the ending is really funny.
I thought you came here to help me.
Yeah, to help you realize you're wrong. You need to stop hearing only what you want to hear.
You're right. Victory is near.
I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it handled its message very maturely. In fact, they were more mature than most adult programming, which is saying a lot considering this is a kid's show. One of my main problems with anti-social justice warriors nowadays is that a lot of them act like any type of social justice is a bad thing. And I can understand where they're coming from, but Gumball shows the difference between good social justice and bad social justice.
Just a robot.
Just for you guys, I'm going to do one more Gumball review. But after this, I want to start reviewing other cartoons. Who knows, maybe I'll even talk about Steven Universe one day. The episode begins with the Wattersons looking through their mail.
Voice complaint, traffic violation, cease and desist, restraining order.
Oh, it's like when I looked through my comments section after I made a versus debate video.
There's gotta be at least one good letter.
Actually, yeah. We've got an invitation.
Huh? We never had one of those before.
That's not true. I've been invited to court several times.
Oh my god. I forget how much I love this show. This is why I don't review it too much, because all it is me laughing at everything. The Wattersons go to City Hall, and apparently the whole town doesn't like them. All I gotta say is Simpsons did it.
Welcome! Our social services have decided to offer you a new house.
Oh no. This is going to be a Donald Trump commentary, isn't it? And this version of Donald Trump looks even more like MODOK than the MODOK version of Donald Trump from Marvel.
The people of Elmore thought you deserved a brand new house in a brand new state with brand new neighbors who can put up with you, a brand new police force to deal with you, and a brand new court system to prosecute you.
Okay, so Donald Trump is supposed to represent, well, Donald Trump. The rest of the town is supposed to represent the people who support Trump. And the Watersons are supposed to represent Mexicans, I guess? So what was with this line at the beginning?
Maybe they cleared up that legal gray area about whether I'm a feral animal or your child.
Oh, honey, you're the same as all my kids. A combination of both.
Is it supposed to say that Mexicans are feral animals? I'm pretty sure I'm looking way too deep into this, but you'll see more of this kind of stuff as the review goes on.
No one said it was a reward. They said it's what you deserve.
But that's like banishing us.
Think of it more like witness protection. We're just protecting people from witnessing you ever again.
To be fair, that is a pretty good description of deportation.
They want us to move to Ohio, the home state of 8 people who became president just so they didn't have to stay living there?
Ouch. You know, I don't actually hear that many Ohio jokes. In fact, that might actually be the first one I've ever heard. I don't know that much about the writers who work on Gumball, but they all deserve raises.
We're the only family in town to have somehow committed a crime in every category of misdemeanor.
Go Watersons!
It's not a good thing, Dad.
If you're going to do something wrong, do it right.
Just look at this crime map. All of this is us.
Oh, come on, Mexico. That's not just you. It's also a few blacks, Arabs, and the occasional white serial killer. Not too many Asians do crime, though. They tend to commit suicide before they do that. I think I insulted everyone, so I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear.
Ah! Take that, science! Ah!
You know, a lot of reviewers explain why comedy doesn't work. I'm going to explain why this does work. Mainly, it's quick. It quickly does the joke and then moves on to the next one. Because they do their jokes so quickly, one is bound to work. Of course, not every joke in Gumball makes me laugh, but once they do one joke, they quickly do another one. And when I'm done laughing from that one, I hear the next one, and then I can't stop laughing again.
So our fake selves, then?
Yes, if people could only get to know the fake, real us. Let's show our neighbors how nice we are when we're not being ourselves.
So the Watersons start becoming productive members of society and start helping out the town, so they don't get deported. Am I looking too deep into this? 'Cause I don't know if I am. Okay, we're going to have to go to commercial break so I can rest my laugh chip. Also, I'm sorry about this, guys, but I'm going through some financial trouble, so please bear this ad from the paper company.
Paper can be used in many creative ways and turned into a lot of interesting things, like a duck, or fashion, inventions, and other things.
I know you guys don't like commercials, but we're going to get back to the review now.
Everyone in the town loves us.
We're becoming model citizens!
So the Watersons become white people. This is a metaphor for how if the Mexican becomes a hard worker, you too can become a white person. I really don't think this is what I'm supposed to take from this episode, but it really seems that way to me.
Howdy doody you do. Absolutamundo, sir. We'll be with you in 2 shakes of a whittle dee. Zoopity boopity bye. What was that?
I have no idea. It's like I just washed my mouth out with a choir boy.
Oh, so like a Catholic priest.
I misjudged you, Watersons.
So you don't want us to leave anymore?
No! I want you in my gated community.
Is that some kind of euphemism for prison?
Yes, but all the criminals are on the outside.
Okay, now I really think the Watersons are supposed to represent Mexicans.
But what about the other neighbors?
The bank owns their houses. We just have to make it difficult for them to pay.
Oh, Trump, you don't need to do that. America has been doing that decades before you even ran for president. Oh, come on. Really? The transformation disappeared just like that?
Okay, this is all about house prices, right? If we pull them up once, we can pull them back down.
Wait a second. So, for the Watersons to take away the power of Trump, they need to start causing property damage to other people. They're not supposed to represent Mexicans, they're supposed to represent Antifa! Does someone get murdered in every other Gumball episode? Because that's what I've seen so far.
That might be all the bath salts I've been pouring into the water supply.
Bath salts? As in the drug? Man, the censors do not give a fuck about this show, do they?
Oh, good job. There's no point in selling the land anymore. You scared away the rich people.
And probably killed all the poor people while they were at it. So I guess the message of this episode is, if you want to stop gentrification, destroy your neighborhood.
Exactly.
What would that even be?
Laugh if you wish. All right, that's enough. Fine, laugh all you want, but the decent, honest people of this town will thank us for everything we did to save them.
You'd think they'd be more grateful than this.
Huh, so they attacked the people of their own town and expected them to be grateful for it. It's kind of like what Hillary supporters did to Bernie supporters. Is that what the Watersons are supposed to be an analogy for? So, after this entire review, what are the Watersons supposed to be an analogy for? Well, I don't actually think this has anything to do with Donald Trump. I think they were already done with this episode, but then they thought at the last minute they should make the mayor Donald Trump. But even though I just said that, I'm sure people will not finish my video and just comment down below, "It's not supposed to represent Donald Trump, blah 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 blah, your analogy is wrong, blah blah blah." But anyways, this is probably going to be my last Gumball review. But if you want more content from me, I did a collaboration with Diphonoid, Ultron vs. Metal Sonic. It will be linked down below. Please go check it out. Also on my second channel, I did a dimensional tiering video. Took me very long to make. In fact, I spent more time on that video than on this video, and in retrospect, that wasn't a very good idea, but can't really do anything about it now. Please go check it out. My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube. Debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on.
I've got a pain in my chest. It's my heart.
For the last time, kid, being heartbroken because elephants can't jump is not a medical emergency.